served with death if you don't do it. And that's where the lie is, because you don't know if it's true until you die. And people think, well, geez, we got to keep getting this gas, or we're going to die when we die. We're going to die spiritually. And according to the Bhagavad Gita, you can't kill a soul. The soul is everlasting. And they're basically teaching you that it can be destroyed with everlasting hell, which is a spiritual fallacy, and that we are separate from God. They're teaching us that we're separate from God so that they can sell us God. Just like they have us use gas with our car so that we can run out and then we got to go back and get more gas. There's inventions out there where you could put it in your car and your car would run. The only thing you'd have to take care of is the ball bearings on the wheels and the stuff like that. You wouldn't have to put anything in for fuel. Your car would drive. And it's the same thing with our spiritual thing. They're screwing us in two ways. They're screwing us spiritually and physically. Your car shouldn't have to be fueled every day like that. You'll still have to lubricate it, and you'll have to put brake pads on and new wheels and stuff like that. But this whole thing of having to keep filling up every day, they're doing the same thing to us spiritually. You got to go to church and get fueled up. You got to go get fueled up with God. They're scamming you. Screwing you over. The two biggest scams in the ever. And in another 100 years, they'll look back and they'll say, yeah, they didn't even know. They just didn't know. And this stuff's already been invented. And the spiritual ideas have already been told to us. They just took them out of the Bible. I mean, Yeshua taught us this stuff. The Hindus taught us this stuff. I think the natives had it too. The Buddhists had it. They just took it out of the Bible. And the Hindus, they just ignored what the Hindus said, and they took over India. Tried to destroy Hinduism. They tried to convert them, but they couldn't. They marginalized them is what they did do. I mean, they were able to at least keep the West from learning it. They took all those books out of the Bible. The book of Mary Magdalene, all the Gnostic Gospels. Women are supposed to be active in the church. They're supposed to be priests. They're supposed to be spiritual leaders. And Yeshua wanted that. That's what he specifically told Mary Magdalene. He told her, you got to write this in a book, what I told you, and it's part of the teachings of your new religion now. And what did the Romans do? They took it out. It was too much of a threat to them. It's like giving an energy device to somebody with gas. It's like saying you don't need gas. You don't need to buy gas for your car. Well, you don't have to buy gas for your car, then you can't control the people. So they took it out. They took all those books out and they burned them. And now the books are being they're getting brought back in slowly. People are seeing them. And they're saying, what's this? Where was this all this time? How can this exist? Then they find out that Yeshua gave this to Mary Magdalene. And it's like, well, why didn't we know about this before? And people are going to say, well, why didn't we know about these inventions? The magnetic inventions and the other, why didn't we know about them before? Well, they took them out. They burned them. And now, we We are on the verge of that stuff getting out of the bag. That cat is going to be out of the bag and it's going to run. I'm not going to be able to put it back in. It's still in the bag now, but it's just showing a little bit. Some of it. It's trying to get out of the bag. And sooner or later, people are just going to start inventing it over and over again. And somebody in some country is going to allow it, and they're not going to be able to stop it. You know, somebody's going to get pissed off at the West, and somebody's going to invent this, and they're going to say, oh, we're going to push this. We're going to make a factory, and we're going to fight them if they try to attack us, if they try to stop us from putting this out. I mean, that might be what some of the past wars were. That they were trying to get us free, and, you know, their populations and free from something. Maybe not energy and religion, but there might be other things. Maybe they were trying to free them financially. And we go over there and we have a coup. Russia freed itself from communism. Well, we attacked them. Tried to break up Russia. How long will it be till Russia sees these inventions and says, hey, this might win us a war. They probably won't use it in a war, but it might help us survive. I think if anybody intends to use it for war, they won't be able to use it. They won't be able to invent it, but they'll be able to survive if they get it out. Their people will be able to survive. They won't have to buy oil, they won't have to buy gas. We're going to have cold weather coming. They're going to need to survive. We're going to need these inventions to survive, because the gas and oil network that we have, I don't think it's a big enough network to support what's coming. It's too fragile, and somebody's going to invent this again, and then we're going to need it, and the companies are going to say, hey, what do you got there? We need that to survive as a company, and it's going to get out. It's going to be used. Somebody's going to use it. They're going to start using it somewhere. They're going to say, hey, we got to have this, or people are going to start dying. And I think that's coming, because in 2032 it's going to start getting cold, and we need it spiritually too, because if we don't advance spiritually, maybe we'll fall into a, you know, because that kind of darkness creates wars and stuff. We could destroy ourselves if we don't advance spiritually. Because you can't just have technological advancement, you also have to have spiritual advancement to back it. Otherwise, you're just going to destroy yourself anyways. And so in order for us to survive, I think we need to come out with both of these inventions. We need to come out with the spiritual revelations. We need to put them back where they belong. And we need to allow these energy inventions. I mean, that includes like this desalinization. There's a lot of inventions. There's ways to grow crops that are probably going to come about. All this stuff's going to come out together. We're going to need new ways to produce food. That'll come out after we get the energy. Maybe it's not going to be easy to grow things when it gets cold. So we're going to need new ways to grow things. We're going to need a way to heat our homes with this new energy. Gas just isn't going to cut it, because it's going to be too hard to carry that energy everywhere. They're going to have to install these devices. First they'll install them in our power plants, and then they'll probably start installing them in buildings. I mean, maybe the first ones will be hospitals and nursing homes, and then they're going to have to start putting them in people's homes, because they'll freeze.